Finally, an answer on why we have the salt shortage out there. And the good news is, now that we know what it is, it looks like it is coming to an end. So salt should be showing back up on your shelves. We'll talk about that. Russia has enacted a diesel export ban. We'll talk about what's going on with that. We have potentially a big price increase on canning jars. One of you guys has inside information. We'll be talking about that shortly. Also, kitty litter shortages showing up all over the place. What's up with that? Well, we have an answer for that one as well. So much information and a whole lot of other reports coming from you guys. We're going to jump right into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. And on this channel, we aggregate your information. You guys send in your reports by typing in the word update on any of your comments on any of the videos on this channel. And that does gets that to us. And we sort through them and we try to bring you the best ones. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They are sponsoring these update videos, and they're doing a fantastic job helping some of you guys switch your retirement portfolios over to diversify into gold, silver, platinum coins. They're actual physical coins in a physical vault, and when you take distributions out of your IRA or retirement account, they actually come as coins. They're yours, right? Not paper dollars coming out at you, but coins. So there'll be a link for more information at the end of this video. All right, so I want to field a few questions about the Zoom call tomorrow. If you haven't already signed up for it, down in the pinned comment, there's a link to the register for the Zoom call. Some of you guys said you can't make it for the 2 p.m. Eastern Standard tomorrow Zoom call. The answer to that is register anyway. Some of you are like, well, where can we be? What countries? That kind of thing. Right now, it's United States and Canada. We may be able to expand that in the future, but not just yet. You also have to be 18 years or older. You do need a computer in addition to your phone. What's this all about? So we're starting a campaign to get people switched off of buying stuff from companies that, one, hate us, two, produce their stuff overseas, and three, a lot of nasty chemicals and all sorts of stuff in there that are not healthy. And they keep getting fined for these things and sued for these things. We want an ethical company that's owned by people that share our values and, in addition, are based here in the United States. So with those criteria, we're limited to a number of companies, but we found some companies that are actually going to be some very competitive prices, but we need some people to kind of answer your questions. So we're recruiting some people from within our community to answer those questions and to talk to you guys about that. So that's what's happening tomorrow. If you want to be a part of that, it's not a volunteer position, it is paid. There are going to be commissions. So it's based on if you make calls and stuff like that and help people out, then you're going to make some money. But we want to make sure that this is as flawless and seamless and friendly as possible out there. So if you want to register, once again, pinned comment down there, and below that is the video from Tuesday, which may answer a little more of your questions if you missed that. All right, folks, let's jump into your report. So Russia has set into place a diesel export ban. And this is big news out there. So it's not a ban on all oil. They are still sending out oil against the United States sanctions and European Union sanctions against them. But they have been selling refined diesel as well, but the lack of, by keeping the diesel from leaving their country, that does show that they're either having a shortage of diesel and they don't want it leaving the country, or they anticipate in the near future having a shortage of diesel. So whether some of the refineries are tapped out or whether they are planning a big military campaign or something, that is potential news out there that something could be brewing, either something bad for Russia or some kind of major offensive or something like that. So we're going to keep an eye on what's going on over there in Eastern Europe. Lou's Northern Home says, Ohio, this is for Ohio, Biden just declared the East Palestine and neighboring communities a disaster area. Now this is 8 months after the fact, which is tragic that it took that long. It is good news that it has been declared a disaster area. That does open up some tax benefits and some federal funding there. So that's good news out there. I don't know if that was part of a deal that was just made. I don't really care. The people in eastern Ohio and East Palestine desperately need the help, and that is at least good news that is happening now. It shouldn't have taken 8 months. Disasters get declared like that. Hurricane hits and boom, the disaster gets declared a federal emergency literally within a day. And the wildfires, all that kind of stuff like that happens super fast. 8 months later, that's just tragic. Naomi says, I work at a major retail store and we just have a huge price increase in all of our canning jars this week. So apparently that is coming down the pike at us. So if you need canning jars and you can find them at a good, reasonable price, you might want to go grab them now. If any of you guys have further information about that, please let us know about that. This is from a viewer in South Florida. I've been to 7 different stores and can't find bleach or even the off-brand. I don't understand why. As we covered it yesterday, Clorox, the company, was hacked, and that's going to answer a few of our questions here. That's what's happening to bleach. They do produce some of the generic off-brand stuff, and in addition to that, one of the important things that we need to remember here is that when the name brand stuff goes disappearing, people start buying the generic more, and there's just only so much bleach going around. There's not more bleach from the generics. They can't, ramp up their production that fast. And a lot of these Clorox plants have been offline for almost a month. So, and then of course, when this word comes out, a lot of people went out and started buying up bleach. So if you need bleach and you see it, you might want to grab it. If you can't find bleach, there are alternatives. And there's going to be one coming up here. I'll just skip down to it. This is from a viewer. If you're using bleach for cleaning, you can get bleach tablets. So you can buy tablets, which will make several gallons of bleach. This is instructions for the Walmart brand. Put 4 tablets in a gallon jug. And that way you can make it at a bit at a time. And, it will save you from using pool shock. So... Commercial bleach is slightly different, but it kind of has the same effect as the pool shock. You can use it interchangeably, but it is slightly chemically different. But they're both safe to put in for purifying water as long as your bleach is strong enough. Now, the regular bleach does break down relatively quickly. It has about 6 months shelf life, whereas the bleach tablets have a 3-year shelf life. So they're not quite as shelf stable as pool shock, but bleach tablets are also a thing out there. Now there's a number of different chemical formulations for those bleach tablets, so make sure you know what you're getting and what it could be used for. Backing up here, this is from a nurse. When I had updated on the scoop away litter shortage, I received a message from the company stating that they had production issues. But now it seems that it was because they were hacked. They said they were working around the clock to get things back up and running. Now, Clorox company actually owns Scoop Away, so they're actually part of the hack. This is all one big hack that impacted a whole bunch of their production facilities all over the United States. Makes you wonder if they just didn't pay the ransom, and kudos to them if they didn't. But it has been impacting their production. They have several Scoop Away, and then they also have like 2 other cat litter brands. And so we're seeing a cat litter shortage out there. So if you need cat litter, you might want to grab that too. We were wondering why we were getting short on cat litter out there, and that's the answer to that. Now, cat litter is just basically like crumpled up clay with some odorizers in there and stuff. So it's not really something that, is super necessary and stuff. You can find alternatives to that. So you can also look at alternatives for your cats and stuff like that. But if you got snooty cats and they need to have their brand, just grab it when you can. The Clorox bleach should be getting wrapped up soon here. They've gotten most of their production facilities back online, supposedly. So cat litter should start getting produced again. So you may only have to hold your nose for just a little bit before cat litter becomes readily available again. Because, again, it's just basically clay. This is from Andy. The reason salt is in short supply in Canada is because Windsor Salt has been on strike for months. So I started looking into that, and lo and behold, that's why we have a salt shortage. The Windsor Salt Mines and the Windsor Salt Company, they have this strike that's been going on. Now, they did actually come to an agreement on August 28th. So they have gone back to work and they're starting to produce salt again. Now that has caused a little bit of whiplash in the system, so you may see fluctuations in salt supply over the next number of weeks, but it looks like Morton and the other U.S. companies and stuff like that have upped their production a little bit, and so it's kind of like going back and forth. So you may see some fluctuations in salt supply. Just grab it when you can, if you need it, and you should be good there. But definitely some tightness in the market when it comes to salt. Alrighty, Joe says HP is having shortages on solid state hard drives since January. Warranty that should have taken in 2 days has now turned around in 2 months. So if you need solid state drives, that may be a little bit tight out there. I don't know if it's just HP or if it's other companies as well. If any of you guys have further information on that. That's not a big one that's going to really impact you unless it impacts you. And if it does impact you, that's going to be an inconvenience potentially. So this is regarding Deere & Co. 225 workers at their harvester factory, and also a paper mill in Perry, Florida is closing. So those are two separate stories there. We're just seeing a lot of layoffs all over the place. We're seeing a lot more reports of companies going under and factories being shut down. So please do be caring for the people in your lives that may be getting laid off, or be aware that you might be laid off. This is why we prepare, folks. Whether it's an epic, worldwide SHTF situation, the stuff is hitting the fan, and we're all in trouble, or whether it's just we get laid off, right? Or, you or I or someone else gets laid off, whether they're prepared for both a financial downturn in their own lives or for the entire country or the entire world. We're getting prepared. Maybe I don't know what kind of disaster is coming for you, but if life is like anything, there's a potential that a disaster could hit any of us. And if we read the tea leaves of what's going on in the world, it looks like a lot of stuff's coming down the pike at all of us, honestly. It's like seeing that hurricane on the horizon, right? But financially and just the decisions that are made by our country's leaders is just horrific, right? On to it, Aussie from Australia says, just announced on our national news, petrol that's gasoline, may rise, quote, unquote, to $2.80 a liter in the next few months due to our falling dollar versus US dollar. This confirms my earlier comment today on this rumor. I agree that it's all about the numbers, as you say, making fuel out of reach, thus forcing many to go electric to save dollars in hard times, but buyer beware on the battery cars. That's right, because the electric prices had a tendency to go up real fast, and once everyone's moved over to battery electric, they have more control over you. But we're seeing prices spiking all over the place due to currency issues like this. Also by, I don't know if you're seeing this out there, but the war on energy companies is real. They are divesting, they're pulling their money out of investing in these energy companies. if you want to jump into that, I'm not saying this is investment advice at all, but if you want to stick your money into the stock market right now, one of the best places seems to be energy companies. They seem to be a pretty good bargain right now. Oil prices are up significantly, and they're just printing money over there, and nobody wants to invest in them. So, put two and two together, do your own homework and make sure that you are hedging yourself, because in a general market collapse, energy company stock market goes down too, right? But anyway, Corinne in Prosper, Texas, far north suburbs of Dallas. 2 weeks ago, I went into the local Kroger in the evening, and they were rearranging the store. They moved approximately 30% of the products to a different aisle and removed two full aisles of shelving, as evidenced by looking at the new width of the aisles, as well as seeing the floor marks where the old shelving previously sat. The neighborhood Facebook group, asking these questions, reported that the store management said they are preparing for HEB to move into the area. Yes, HEB will build across the street, but they haven't even broken ground yet. Everyone is buying the lies. Personally, I think this is a cover-up for all the food items no longer in stock. Sadly, no one batted an eye at the HEB excuse on Facebook. As for me, I'm kicking my preps into high gear. Friends, we're just seeing remodel after remodel after remodel out there, and the common theme is less shelf space. You will own nothing and you'll be happy, right? That's what they're promising us. They can keep full shelves by just having less shelves. And if you're okay with that, let's just keep moving forward, and you don't even need to prepare. If you're okay with that, you don't need to prepare. This is from Rubber Ducky up in Anchorage, Alaska. They live up near Wasilla, and they shop down in Anchorage, Alaska every so often. And they've been reporting on the ramen shortage up there. And Anchorage, Alaska, ramen completely gone. This is a good barometer, once again, of people panicking. They tend to go straight to the ramen. This, except for the bowls. Bowls don't usually sell as fast for some reason. Worse than Wasilla currently. So they actually have more ramen up in Wasilla. And Wasilla was not good. Very little vinegar. And right now it looks like ramen, pizza, and breakfast freezables are the flavor of the day for the shortages. So they are on the far end of the whip cracking out there in Alaska. At the end of the supply chain, we kind of see some of the stuff kind of the most extreme at the ends of the supply chain. But you just need to know where you are in the supply chain, whether you're kind of at a very end of this where you get hit by all the shortages kind of really hard, or whether you're really well supplied in the city potentially, or in some other area where you get really good supplies and it's like you never see anything. But just be aware that these things are happening. This is from Daughter of Christ, kind of a warning here. Australia, not sure if it's anything, but concrete blocks that look like Lego pieces, big concrete blocks that look like Lego pieces, are being slowly put up around the city. They are not painted and are being placed in random places. I don't have any more information about that, but driver barricades, are they preparing for some more people going out in the streets and saying things that the government doesn't like, or people waving flags and stuff like that and signs? Possibly. This is we feel that the weather is changing, don't we? And not just that it's getting colder here up north and down in the south there, you're starting to get, hopefully get some warmer weather coming your way. But more than that, we're feeling the barometric pressure changing in the political spheres. Something's coming our way, and we don't know just what it is, but if you're anything like me, you don't like what's coming. Don't know what it is, but I don't like it. Anyway, get more prepared. Stock up as best you can and grab products as you have them available. Lots of stuff on the shelves right now. Think and get ahead of the crisis that is coming at us. If you want to get some more information on Genesis Gold Group, there's a form right here that you can fill out and they'll send you a packet of information. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. In the pinned comment down below, if you want to sign up for that Zoom call, there's some more slots still, and if you can't make that call, at least get on the list so we let you know if we do a follow-up call or whether when we end up doing another follow-up call at some point. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.